Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, so today I'm keep talking about algebraic geometry and talking about some simple theory about dimension. So yeah, basically follow Harshon. Okay, so previously I talked about Hilbert, Nasta-Ansatz, and Hilbert basis theorem. Okay, so now that let me just talk about dimension. Okay, so quick definition of this is called okay, so it's topological space. This is very simple. A topological space is called noetherian. If is satisfied. This is just a definition. The descending chain. So the descending chain of closed subset. Okay, so the idea is the following. So if you have y1, which is y2, which are there are all closed, there are okay. So if you have the descending chain, then there is this n such that everything is the same, such that yn equals to yn plus 1 equals to yn plus 2. Keep going. This is almost the same as when you talk about the noetherian ring, right? If you talk about a ring, then you will have the ascending ideal the ascending ideal chain which terminates. Okay, and this is like the I think the correspondence between this we will talk about it. Okay, so example. Okay, so example is that let's talk about a finite space AKN, and one can show that AKN is a noetherian topological space. Topological space. Okay, and yeah, and the proof is very simple, right? Because if you have a closed subset, and by Zariski topology, right, this closed subset corresponding to the ideal. Sorry, you can take the ideal, right? You can take the ideal. Which is the ideal that every such that polynomials is polynomial such that all these zeros all these points will be zeros of that polynomials. So you'll get ascending chain conditions. So y3 and which is by this, right? So this is a x1 up to xn. And by previous that by Hilbert basis theorem. So by the Hilbert basis theorem, we know that this guy is noetherian because we know that A is noetherian. Also, it is K. Okay, so K is a field. So K is noetherian, and by Hilbert basis theorem, this guy is noetherian. So this ascending chain must terminate. Right, so you can find n. There is n such that I of yn equals to I of yn plus 1. And for this, that you can take the z, which is a zero locus, and since this guy is close, right? So you will get a yn bar, which is yn. Okay, so you translate this topological this closed set into the ideal, and the ideal go back to use a zero set will give you the AKN is a noetherian topological space. Okay, and this theorem is that decomposition. Okay, so theorem says that for X, which is noetherian topological space, that every this theorem is interesting. So every non-empty closed subset Y can be expressed as a finite union y1 into union y2 up to yn. Okay, of irreducible. So these are our irreducible closed subsets yi. Okay, and so if we require yi do not include yj for all ij, so they are not enclosed to each other, then yi is unique. Okay, then they are called They are called irreducible component. Irreducible components. Okay, so this just tell you that any noetherian topological space, every closed set can be decomposed into the finite union one. Each yi can be chosen to be irreducible subset. Okay, so proof is proof is very simple and very interesting. Okay, so one can show that this descending chain condition is the same as there is a minimum element. So idea is that one can show that this is actually the same as you can find if you take the non-empty subset, if you take A, which is non-empty subset of this you take A, which is the collection of closed set. So it's the empty and A is a collection of closed set. And then there's a M belongs to A called minimum element. Okay, so this minimum element means that you can never deny this Y. There deny this Y belongs to A, such that Y is different from A. Okay, so basically you can find a minimum element such that so this minimum element means that you cannot find another Y belongs to A such that Y is still smaller than M. So there's the idea of the minimum. Okay, so this proof is interesting. Yeah, it's for tautology, so you can denote sigma to be the non-empty closed set. Non-empty closed set, which cannot be written as the union of irreducible closed set. As a union of irreducible closed subset. Okay, so you just take the sigma, and you want to say that you collect sets which do not satisfy this property. Okay, so this I proved by contradiction, right? Suppose there is a such set, then sigma will be non-empty. So there's a minimum element, let's say Y. Okay, so Y is a minimum element between this sigma. So by definition, right? By definition, Y is not irreducible. Okay, so the reason is that what it says that non-empty closed set which cannot be written as union of irreducible, right? So if Y is irreducible, then Y should not belongs to sigma, right? So Y is not irreducible, and basically it is the Y1 and Y2, such that they both inside Y, and Y1 and Y2 are what? Are closed set, such that Y is reducible, right? So Y is this, but Y1 is different from Y, Y2 is different from Y, and they are smaller than Y. So by minimality, Y1 can be written as a union of irreducible closed subset. So Y1 can be union of irreducible closed subsets, and Y2 can be also written as union of irreducible subsets. And then combine these two, which will prove that Y can be written as union of irreducible subset, which is a contradiction. Okay, so which proves the results. Okay, so the corollary is very simple. The sort of uniqueness you can try to prove by yourself. It's not difficult. So every algebraic set in a finite space can be expressed uniquely. This is corollary. Okay, as a union, unique as a union of varieties. Okay, and no one containing each other, containing another. Okay, so very simple because this guy is topological. This is the noetherian topological space. So by definition, every algebraic subset is closed, right? By definition, is in the Zariski topology, algebraic set is closed, and so this guy can be expressed uniquely as a union of varieties. Okay, so now we can talk about dimension. So in the topological space X, that one can define a dimension of X to be the to be the suprema. So you take all the suprema in such that you can find the Z0, Z1, Z2, which is Zn, okay, of X, and all these and the require is that everything is distinct and irreducible close, irreducible and close. Okay, so this is like following maybe another simple quantity or another simple ways to see. For example, if you want to, if let's say V is a vector space, okay, let's say vector space. So another simple definition is that you can, for example, you can define a dimension of V to be the suprema of N such that it goes to V0, V1, V2 up to V, and then you require that maybe this is, yeah, okay. And then you require that these lengths must be at least all these V are different vector space, and then they are all inclusive. And one can show that for a finite dimensional, right? You start with one vectors, go to vectors, three vectors, then whatever, right? This since there must be independent, so you'll get this is the same as the usual definition. So this is why in the topological space that why one can define this. Okay, but this definition is weird, right? For example, if you're doing the dimension of the standard Euclidean space, then you will get the dimensions infinite, right? The reason is that you start from origin and then you take the radius 1, and you take a radius 2, and you take a radius 3, then they're all distinct and close and irreducible, right? So they cannot be, they can do whatever they can keep going, right? So this dimension Rn is infinite. Okay, theorem, let's say, so this is manually work for like the noetherian space or some maybe more useful in the Zariski topology. Okay, so AK1, the dimension of the affine line is just 1. Okay, so a proof is very simple, right? You so 0 0 start must be a point, right? The only, okay, but all the irreducible set of AK1 must be points, right? So the next must be AK1 itself. Okay, so this is Z1, right? So it's just 1 by definition. There's no other points. Okay, so now we want to connect this into the ring, right? So in the ring, usually people talk about codimension. Okay, so it's very simple. In order to talk about codimension, we need to define, so in a ring A, we need to define height of the prime ideal. The height of prime ideal is defined to be the also suprema. So we take the n, p0, p1, yeah, up to pn equals to p. They are all distinct. Okay, and everything must be a prime ideal. This guy must be a prime ideal. Okay, so this is called the height. Okay, and the codimension of a ring A defined to be suprema of height p for all prime ideal. Okay, so our simple speaking, that's that you take how you can take however long you try to take as long as possible prime ideal in this ring A, and counts what is the height. Okay, so theorem. So this theorem is simple. So suppose Y is a finite algebraic set. Okay, so it's the finite algebraic set. Then the dimension of Y is in the topological space is the same as the codimension of your I of y. Okay, so remember I of y by definition is just the polynomial ring divided by the ideal of y. Okay, so proof is very simple. Proof just using the correspondence, right? So correspondence just tell you that if you have, let's say you have y1, y2, right, in y, and they are all close, then you can take out right. So yeah. So correspondence theorem tell you that I mean you can take the ideal, right? So you give ideal, which you get something. Okay, and all these are prime ideal, right? So the ascending chain in the closed sets will correspond into the other. This is another ascending chain. Okay, and by the codimension, right, the height of, and also you can prove the converse, right? The height of this AY. So the prime ideal inside the AY is the prime ideal corresponding to the prime ideal which covers I of Y. So if you're using the previous definition, you write down the heights, and then you will see that this corresponds to the closed subset. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's it. So because as I said, the irreducible algebraic set corresponding to the prime ideals, right? So if you write down things and of course using the correspondence, then you get results. Okay, and yeah, there's a theorem that I'm not going to talk here, but I think it's interesting. So yeah, maybe okay. So maybe we don't talk about this, but just these time results. So one can also show that the dimension of A, K, N is N. Okay, and then there's another theorem that if Y is a cosine affine variety, then the one can show that the dimension Y is the same as dimension Y bar. Okay. Yeah, and there's more like other results of dimension theorem, but you need to learn more commutative algebra. Yeah, so you can check Harson, but I think yeah, that's it. Yeah, just I think that's enough. Okay, so see you guys next videos.